my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. It's Thursday morning, which means it's my Friday, and that is awesome. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm tired. So before we get into it, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. That's something that we got to discuss every time. I keep saying I'm trying to raise awareness, and I am. I've been reading on this thing, and I've been studying now. Not trying to. Suicide is a touchy subject, isn't it? And a lot of people shy away from it. But vets, I just want you to know, when I say I don't have answers, I'm being honest with you. I don't want to come off like somebody that, I can cure what else. I ain't seen what you've seen or been where you've been. My main thing is I want you to know that you have a place here. You're welcome here, and everybody is. But especially somebody who took the time to stand up and defend our way of life. So just know this: you fought for us, let us fight for you. Now, we back to blue here, Scab. How do you do that? We don't break the damn law to the best we can. That's the best way I know to do it, you know what I'm saying? And then finally, if you're an addict, never quit quitting. It'll take one time. It'll stick. Now, again, I'm not talking about willpower here. There's some people get on here, the internet, talking about pull yourself up by your bootstraps and blah, 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 blah. They've not been through anything, or whatever. It worked for them, good for them. You got to find your own way. It's a battle I fight every day. Let's get into the video. Now, yesterday was an interesting day. We did the chopping video with the preacher and had some fun with that. Now, guys, sometimes I can be a smart ass. You're all shocked, I can see it. But in no way do I get mad or angry over anything. I try to take everything in good nature. If I got mad over certain stuff, man, I'd stay mad. I'm a little, I guess, drier sense of humor, smart ass sense of humor. So, please never take anything I say. If I've got a problem with you, I will try to address you directly. So I just don't want anybody to take any kind of offense. I know I offend some people sometimes. Ain't nothing I can do about that. But having said all that, and I do want to say this: if you hadn't seen Captain Electro's video, his chopping video, it took him a while to cut it, but I'm gonna tell y'all something, son. That helmet he had on, one, it was hilarious, but two, I'd have been dead. I think it took me right at 1:34 to cut it yesterday with the preacher. And I'm telling y'all, you can watch the video. My hand had done, but I'd done it 2 days in a row. Started Monday, did it with the Condor Moonshiner, and then Tuesday. And there were two pretty good 4x4s that I'd found. It was a really, really good find. They were on some concrete. It had been sitting, I guess, for a few. Now, that one I had yesterday, son, was dripping wet. Dang, there was rubbing. I got it in the truck. I'm going to take the day off from that. You know what I'm saying? Let my arm rest a little bit. But I enjoyed it. Now, that challenge is to everybody, and it's not a competition. I think Carl's going to throw in, and I'd love to see Carl do it. I'd love to see anybody who wants to jump on that 4x4 challenge to jump in, because it's not a competition in my mind. It's fun. All this stuff is fun, and if you can't have fun, you can't. I mean, there ain't no point in doing it. Now, I told Cap, I messaged him last night, I said the next board is yours to choose. So whatever he chooses, that's what we'll chop, and I'll mix it up some too now. I mean, that preacher's a heavy duty. It's a hand axe. That's exactly what it is. 5160 hand axe. And that Top Sale Chede did a good job too, didn't it? Now I've got the Cold Steel. Y'all knew I was gonna throw one of them out there. 1917 Frontier buoy, and I got what's that other one? Ontario. I want to say Orlando. Ain't Orlando. Ontario, my Marine Ranger or Raider knife. I think it's the SP10. I may try those and just see what we got. I enjoy that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But now let's get into the crux of the video, and it's what's in your pocket. So the way this works, if you're a new subscriber, is simply this. We have our little morning side chats in the morning while I ride to the job site and try not to kill everybody on the road. Okay? And I will say what's in your pocket. And I'll tell you what's in my pocket. You put in the comments what's in your pocket. It's a phenomenally wildly successful, people copy it all the time, segment that most people despise. And that's why I do it. Kind of like this guy driving up here in front of me. I think he knows that I need to be somewhere, and he's the one guy in Duval County, Florida, that has nowhere to be. Good job, Zach. He could get out and walk and make it faster. But, you know, I digress. It's more time to talk to you guys. Now, I told you the 2 nights yesterday, I can't remember what the Benchmade is. Now, I'm not a huge Benchmade fan, and that ain't a knock on them at all. It's just not. Certain knives, and I don't give a damn what they did and see. I don't care nothing about that. Y'all know that. We don't talk about politics, religion, or her on this channel. It ain't that. I've had a few Benchmades. I usually give them away. Except for my Siebert Arvenius, something like that. I got it, matter of fact, at the house. I just seen it last night. I'm going to strap it up. Now, I love that knife, made by Jason Siebert. And I probably butchered that name. So, I love that knife. But overall, not a huge Benchmade guy. That's not to say one can't change my mind. I'm kind of weird with stuff. We just want to talk a minute. I'm kind of weird with things. Like music, all that. I have a very eclectic sense of music and taste in music. I can like all kind of people, but I can like one song they got and despise another one, and that's not, any different, I guess, than anybody else. But I guess what I'm saying is I try not. Okay, let me give you for instance. Let me see. Nazareth. Let's go with Nazareth. I've been on a little bit of a Nazareth kick. Now, Nazareth's got 2 songs I like. Hair of the Dog and Love Hurts. Uncle Scab's a hair. I'm a hair band guy. Cinderella. Now, here's a fun fact on Cinderella. I was watching a video this morning. Their keyboardist was so ugly. That dude, and that's bad. With makeup and hair, you got a makeup and hair artist. She's still ugly. That makes you question your life choices. So he's so bad, he's in one video for about 5 seconds. They showed do about, seriously. Y'all put in the comments if you know what video that is. They're keyboardists now. And this dude is tragic. I don't know what the hell that's got to do with anything, but there's your thing for today. But anyway, back to Nazareth. Okay? I love them 2 songs. Listen to them all the time. I'll listen to them till I'm about sick of them. But now that's it. You know what I'm saying? And whereas somebody like AC/DC, I don't know that they got a bad song. Or Flogging Molly. Or Dropkick Murphys. I don't know that they have bad music. I love both of them. Love both of them. I'm a huge Social Distortion fan. Now. In my younger days, I worked a lot of concerts. Security and stuff like that. Now, Social D, to me, don't have a bad song. But I'm the same way in the knife world. I can love a knife from a company and despise the rest. Whereas there are some companies that can do no wrong. And that's that. I don't know, again, what that had to do anything. Get you a little into the old mind of Old Scabber. Now, last night, I posted on Instagram my EDC for today. Now, for some options. Now, for this morning, I've always got my Medford. I've always got an Emerson. I did do a sharpening and stropping and all that, and I sat in there and I shouldn't have. I was just tired. I didn't want to hear any suggestions. Listen, if y'all see me doing something and you got a way that you think's better, now, lot of people mention my comfort level doing the stropping. Honestly, guys, I usually kind of sit down and do it. I was just going to film a minute or two, and then several of you said, we're talking about how uncomfortable I look. And I watching it, I have to agree. So that was usually I sit down. And if you got suggestions, fire away, man. You guys, a lot of you guys are a lot more knowledgeable than I am. And part of the reason I started this channel too was to learn. But today I'm carrying the 80-10. Now my Medford, my Emerson, and then I'm gonna show you the other knife. This is my 80-10 cold steel Andrew Demko triad lock, S35EN, my Carta handles. Dude, this honestly is a big knife, but it's one of my Sunday go to meeting collection. We don't have a ton of, like, we're not doing a ton of digging with the truck today. Anything we do be hand. So I carry this one. I love this knife. If you want a big, now Megan's talking about cutting roots in the yard, but she ain't cutting the roots in the yard with this one. Lord, that girl. And getting the Megatron, I know y'all like seeing her in the videos, and I love having her in them. Sometimes it's just getting the time. And here's the thing, she's working on a couple things for some of her co-workers. Because that's how Megan is. Making stuff for people and doing all that, that's the way she is, man. And she does a lot towards this channel. She really does. And she pushes me to be better. And she's my biggest supporter, and she's my biggest critic. And that's tough with some of y'all. That's hard. Some of y'all just, oof. But she is, and because she wants me to do good. I took that for granted for a long time, and I think most guys do that. And some of you younger guys, it's an old time listening for the young fellas. It's time to listen to Uncle Scab. It's what my dad told me. You always look at a woman's ankles and her mama. That's sound advice right here, boys. But y'all listen to Uncle Scab on this too. A good woman, and for you ladies out there, you be on Uncle Scab time too. A good woman or a good man don't tear you down. They build you up. Now, they call you on your bullshit. Some of you guys got a little girlfriend, and she's constantly, riding you, complaining with no positive. Put her butt on the curb, son. And for some of you young ladies, if there's a guy who's always downing you or disrespecting you, or telling you you need to do this, that, or other, well, you were good enough for him to get with, wasn't you? Put his ass down the road. He don't like it, you call Uncle Scab. Here's something else. For some of you young ladies, and I know we're way, way off base here, way off track. Here's a good idea for some of you young ladies. Drive to the first date. Don't let him pick you up. I'll meet you there. And to the restaurant. And watch how he treats the waitress or the waiter and the staff. If he's kind and courteous, that's a plus. But now if he's one that wants to run him ragged and then watch how much he tips. Watch how much he tips and how he tips. See, if he's out there and he throws a big wad of cash and makes a big show of it, put his ass down the road. If he slides him a little something, and I'm talking about a decent number, that might be a good fella. If he's disrespectful to him, ass down the road. If he stares or flirts, see, you got your car. You got to get in your car and leave. And leave his ass there with the bill. That's just a free advice. That ain't got nothing to do with knives. If they don't like it, you can call Uncle Scab. There's enough good men out there, I promise you, honey. If there's a problem, you call Uncle Scab. It's like I got a couple, well, there's one or two. My daughter-in-law is really, I just call her my daughter, Kristen. And she ain't gonna date nobody because she's married to my son. Now, is Savannah. That's E's daughter, Eric's daughter. And she's with a young man now, and he's a fine young man. He's a good young man. He's respectful. Now, if that changes, Uncle Scab's going to have to get sideways. Y'all have fat. Is that? Sure am. Sure am. I don't have to be thin to swing that preacher up somebody's side somebody's head. You know what I'm saying? Nathan's a good boy. He knows I love him to death. But some of you young ladies, drive that first date. I'm telling y'all, watch how he interacts. Watch how he interacts with his mom. Watch how he interacts with people. You ain't beholden to nobody to do nothing. Well, that's all the free advice I can give out today on that. We're going to move on. Back to the knives. My 80-10. I know we've been all over the place. I'm sorry about it. It's a long one today. Tell me what's in your pocket. Tell me if y'all like this knife. I think it's a good one, but give me your thoughts on it now. My guy over, Josh, over at Jimmy Slash, he's got a bunch of Demcos. Say, Scab, what's the difference in the Demco? About $500. And he's got some really nice ones. But this is the 80-10. I'm going to get the 80-15, good Lord willing, down the road, unless one of y'all want to send me one. So there's that. But listen, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Have a great day. Let me know in the comments what you're carrying and how you feeling. I'm Scab. You're not. And I'm gone.